So you clicked on this link because you want to know the top neighborhoods to live in Castle Rock. Well, stay tuned. We're going to show you around these neighborhoods and break it down why they ranked top in our list.
Welcome to our channel. We are Colorado's finest agency here in Colorado. I'm Laurie Derickson, my business partner Kalene Zaabadick, and we do a ton of real estate here in the Castle Rock, Southern Denver area. Make sure to subscribe button or the bell as we go over everything you want to know about moving or living in Castle Rock and Denver. If it's your first time to our channel, make sure you do that. Also reach out to us anytime. We love what we do. It's us who answer the phone. So if you're thinking of moving here to the area, give us a call, 720-438-4181. So top neighborhoods here in Castle Rock. We're crossing over Wolfensburg, and then you can see I-25. So a lot of Castle Rock is, just offshoots of I-25. So everything's pretty close in proximity. When we put things in our maps, Kalene and I always say nothing is more than 7 minutes away. And you can see not a ton of traffic, but we are pulling into one of the top neighborhoods that we like to zone in on. When we talk about top neighborhoods, our clients are also looking at is Red Hawk is a great community here in central Castle Rock, golf course community here in the area. So we're just going to take you, show you some of the street views, and just talk to you a little bit about pros and cons of the Red Hawk neighborhood.
Well, and some of the homes, you can get that, if you want that view of a golf course view, or there are a lot of options, even though it's in the same neighborhood, that don't back up to the actual holes to the golf course. A lot of these homes are a little bit bigger square footage, 3,500 feet and above, and it just a rule of thumb, the further up the mountain you go, a lot of the homes get a little bit pricier as you climb to the west side.
Right, you're close to hospitals, so if you want to be close to major hospitals, great schools in this area, and if you are a golfer, Red Hawk is a great area to kind of zone in on. There's a few different golf course communities here in Castle Rock. Red Hawk is probably one of the more well-known ones, and you can see that as we pull over this, or we drive over this, you can see that we get closer to that front range, and there's those mountains. Drive through Red Hawk Ridge, it's kind of hard to see because of the snow cover, but a lot of this open space is that golf course. Sometimes you'll see people cross-country skiing on, after a fresh snow. But as you can see from the street views, a lot of these homes are just a little bit of a different caliber of home. A lot of square footage. Most cars have 3-car garage. Some of them only have 2. A lot of these homes were built in the early 2000s to 2010.
would say kind of a traditional feel, maybe a little craftsman flair. A lot of them are cement board sided, have some faux rock or brick out the front. You can have fences here. There is an HOA, but the dues are not too expensive.
And then you can see right here, you have access to all these trails. So that's what we talk again about in all of our videos, easy access to the outdoors. These people can hop out of their homes and hit the, go hiking and enjoy the outdoors here in Colorado.
Okay, so we are taking you around top neighborhoods. One of our favorites is up here at the Ridge at Red Hawk. The home behind me is listed at $824,000. Square footage is 4,800 square feet. 3,700 of that is finished, meaning that there's still either a bigger storage room, that some part of unfinished space. So up here, there's multiple HOAs kind of scattered throughout the community. There's also the meadows at Red Hawk Ridge, and they are down below, a little bit more affordable housing. But with that being said, there's a couple different HOAs. This HOA up here, you can plan for, there's actually two separate sections of HOAs. One of them is $900 annually, and the other is more covenant enforcement, your trash service, and that is just over $100 a month. So all said, plan on $200 to $300 a month for HOAs up in this Red Hawk Ridge neighborhood. So again, the home behind me, 824,000, lots of square footage, and it is in really good shape, outside and on the inside.
All right, so on our top neighborhood, we're going to talk about these new homes from the 600s at the Hawthorne at the Meadows. Great location. You're right here near Plum Creek Parkway, just southwest of Peter Miller Park. It is part of the Meadows, but you can see back in here, there's a ton of new build options, a lot of new construction happening in this. There's, we talk about the Meadows all the time. There's definitely different sections of the Meadows, different lifestyles, different builds, different pricing. Like this one's a Hawthorne at the Meadows. So it gets a little confusing once you get back in here, but you can see you are right here against some of those bluffs.
Well, and there is a lot of different builders back in this area. With that being said, a lot of different caliber of homes and different price points over here. So, if you're building with like a Richmond American, it's probably going to be a little bit more affordable than like a Zure Builders or
those ones
KB
are paired homes right
or,
here, which is interesting. Like if you think of paired patio homes as not a lot of square footage, those homes back there were actual large footprint paired homes. But we talk about Castle Rock as being a little bit more out there than some of the Denver suburbs. You can see, as from our driving footage, is a lot of it is built on these bluffs, and you get a little more privacy than you might in some of those southern Denver locations. Some of our clients. So
even these shared homes, though, I think Laurie might be able to get a shot of the backyards. You still have a private backyard. You still have fencing, but the home is connected on some of the pairs. They do have traditional single families down below here. The homes up here with KB Builders is, high 800s to just under $1 million.
So different type of new build community here, but a great location, especially if you want a little more of that feeling of space, I would say, here in Castle Rock, but yet you are real close to I-25 and downtown Castle Rock to enjoy all the amenities of the shopping and easy access to the Pikes Peak Front Range I-70 corridor.
Well, and the beauty of being back here over on the west side is all of the trails and open space area.
It's a little more flat.
They have the pedestrian bridges.
Yep.
If you're a biker and, there's miles and miles of trail space and bridges and such to get you there safely.
All right, so we are zoning in also on top continuing our little tour. This is southern Castle Rock, and so probably about 3 miles from the downtown Castle Rock area. Again, not a huge area, but definitely a different location, closer to as you drive towards Colorado Springs. But a lot of new build communities in this area. You can see little stores that are popping up, and as we drive back in here, you'll see that like Toll Brothers is a big builder back here. You're gonna have some Aspen Views, some Horton homes. Homes are a little bit more expensive when you get to some of these in the 700s. There is a 55 plus community. They're building actually one over by the Meadows that you just were at, and then there is one that's a little more established back here. But this is the Montaigne collection back here from the 700s. It says 600s, but that's a lie. Turn here.
Yeah. So there
sign.
is assortment of builders. So Century Communities is one of them. They definitely are more cost effective. There is D.R. Horton, Richmond American, and Toll Brothers, which I would say is kind of the higher end over in this Crystal Valley area of Castle Rock.
But you can see you get a little, it feels like you get a little bit more space in some of these when you talk about maybe more the western side or the southern eastern side of Castle Rock. Just not quite as built up as maybe central part of Castle Rock. So if you want more of that classic Colorado ranch style we were talking about, it has a little more of a ranch feeling over here.
Well, and I was telling Laurie, like, my experience with Castle Rock was, before we lived near here, is that it was always just kind of a pass-through town before Denver. Like when we lived on the western slope and would come over. They were always known for their outlet mall at Castle Rock. But really the difference, why people would maybe get a job in South Denver, Denver Tech Center, even over at like Buckley or at DIA, they would move here because of the lifestyle. It's more of like a slower paced resort style living right outside of the city. And that really is the vibe of Castle Rock, is that you still have access to the city, but it's just more laid back. A lot of these Castle Rock homes are just very put together. A lot of the city is just newer.
And Toll Brothers is a really good builder. You can see some of them have smaller yards. This is called Let's Wonderland Home. Again, we still don't plow our roads here after a snow, as you can see, but
it looks like Waste Management has the contract for this HOA for the trash removal.
Right, and so top neighborhoods, this is the Vista at Montaigne. You do have to have split rail fencing. HOA is $100. It's going up to $200 a month because they are now finishing that clubhouse, pool, rec center area that all these homes will have access to in that planned community. You can see it is pretty well established at this point. A lot of these homes started closing about a year ago. And so about a year, 2-year-old community, continuing to develop a little more south of here as they continue to build, but they are leaving these open spaces behind some of these, and there's different suburbs.
Just allows for
within
privacy, there, especially on the ridge.
Right, and so you can see ahead of us again, that's an open space behind it. So, community planning, they are close together, but you do have access to a ton of parks and trails within this community. So we're here at the Vistas at the Montaigne classic home. We wanted to get out and show you what that looked like. You have 2-story homes. You can see they're kind of built close together. Some of them do have that open space behind them. If you can see, we'll try to drive you back there, but typically these homes are $800,000 and $900,000. The home right over here, if Kalene can zoom in, that is for sale, is a classic ranch. It is only 2,100 square feet in the upper level and has an unfinished basement. So total about 4,100 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath, sitting right around the $800,000 mark here, the Montaigne Vista collection. So if you are thinking of moving to Colorado, if you're thinking of moving to Castle Rock, South Denver, give us a call. We'd love to help you make that move. We know our neighborhoods inside and out. We can help you zone in based upon your lifestyle and commute. 720-438-4181.